Hello and welcome to a new series. It's an old one, but you haven't seen it, most of you. Just some of my friends. It's called Creative 444. No fancy music, no nothing. Just some me talking to you. Now, Creative 444 is, it's a project management that I have been making because I am a procrastinator of big measurements. I can put anything on hold for ages. How important it is or whatever it is, I can put it on hold forever. And that's not always good, even if it feels good at the moment. So many of my project was going badly or whatever it was, so I started to think, this is not good. I need to get something in order. And my idea was that I should do four different things in creative mode. That's why it's called Creative 444. 4 different things, 4 days a week, and 4 hours, 1 hour a day. So each thing gets 4 hours a week, and I do it 4 days a week. Now, of course, my working habits or schedule has, of course, had me stumped sometimes. But when I was sick, when I was almost dying and all that, we did a lot of stuff. So it's been since then. I've been doing this for 5 years. I haven't updated my friends for the last 4 years. So I was thinking perhaps I should start now when we are doing the pandemic and all, to give you some hints on what I have been doing, pandemic or no pandemic, because I am not one of those guys who is out running around barbecuing with friends or whatever you're doing out there. I have no idea what the normal people do, because I'm not normal. So I have been doing a lot. So I thought that I should share with you what I've been doing up to this point. This is what this video is about. And then each month I will sort of upgrade you on whatever I have been doing, how far I have been coming, if I have been able to work 4 days a week, 4 hours a week and all that, because sometimes you don't. You just don't. That's how it is. But first, we're going back in history. Now, Ars Malek, Jagar's mom and a couple of others, you have already seen much of this, so it's just more or less a rerun, but still. We are going to shift to something called the picture stream or whatever it's called. It's in Swedish, so I really don't know. One of the biggest things I've ever done is actually something that was inside a German bus simulator game called OMSI 2. OMSI stands for Omnibus Simulator, German. It was actually started as an idea that you should in OMSI and in OMSI 2 run through Berlin during the time of the wall coming down. So you could actually go prior to October 89, and you can go one line, and suddenly after that, December 89, you suddenly can go into East Berlin or parts of it. That was the whole idea, was that. And that was fun. That was actually fun in itself. But then I realized that there is an editor to this, so you could do your own lines. You can build your own streets and all that, and that's cool. But I wasn't enough with this. I'm driving buses all day long, so I was thinking, what if I should do my lines that I drive in real life. Why can't I just make them in this OMSI 2? And so I have done. It took me over 4 years, and I have had some help. I rather need to say their name again, because they were great guys who helped me. It was Amiga Paradis. He's built, among others, this building you see up here. Most of the buildings are all German, Berlin and all that, but this station, railway station, is actually built by Amiga Paradis. He made a lot of signs and, well, there's a lot of stuff. The green bus is actually also another guy, Claude McAley, from Italy. So Amiga Paradis is from France, and Claude McAley is from Italy. He helped me paint the buses, some of them, not all, but we had some time issues, so yeah. For my Swedish expertise, I had Skoffert, because he even have relatives in the neighborhood where I drive my buses. So I could just go to him and say, test this one. Look, does it look like it should? And if not, tell me why. Now, he was also on a time pressure, so yeah, we had some issues. Then I had a noob driver, Mr. CPM 4001. His work was only to see if we could start the game, start my map, load everything into it, because there is not just putting the map in and load, because there is a lot of stuff you need to do, so I had to do the instructions for that. And if he could follow it without ever been playing in Bus Simulator his whole life and never been working on that type of editor, could he do that and get the things working, then we'll be fine. And he did. And he even made a movie about it. I think it's still on YouTube. Because if there's something that he didn't do well, it was driving the buses. But on the other hand, he found a lot of holes in the nature that I haven't seen those. So he helped me with that too. And so did both Amiga Paradis and even more. And then I had another guy. I had a Welsh retired bus driver who checked the timetables for me. Now, he was having some health issues, among other stuff. He was almost died of his heart things, but he did a lot of good stuff, whatever he did. In October, I think it was in October 2017, we finally got this one finished. So if you're owning OMSI 2, this is a free map. You can just download it and run it. Now, I haven't upgraded it much. I think I upgraded it once, but that's all. There is more to do with this one, but I was so tired after 4+ years, so no. 1 hour a day. Of course, it was helpful that I was sick. That's always good. Now, let's see if I can take the next picture. And that is, of course, Minecraft. I've always had some type of Minecraft project going on. This one is from Vanilla Challenge 3, the single map that I made called The Journey. We also had Bongo, Tess and me. We were doing Who Shot Sam, the absolute best map I've ever been working on. He did all the redstone and all the work and build and stuff. I did most of the books and the story and stuff. It ended as he didn't know what I was doing and I was just admiring what he was doing, and yeah, but we got it fixed. I have no idea where it is. You can probably download it somewhere. I think it's on Planet Minecraft. I'm not totally sure. Never mind. But Minecraft has always been, or should always be, somewhere around my projects. If I have an idea, I start it and then I go on. Now and then I just drop it and something else pops in. But this is the second biggest thing that I've ever done in in my project times. Let's see, next picture. Oh yeah, this, and then I was sitting too much with at the computer. So I got hold of this for 15 Swedish crowns. It's like $1.50. It's a ukulele. Make your own ukulele. And I did, actually. I did that, and I'm no good at wood and stuff, but it turned out pretty good. It's the black one down below. The strings are not good, but that did sound like a ukulele. But I was so intrigued by that, so I went and bought myself a real one. And the sound difference between these two, well, since I'm not able to play any instrument anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But it was cool, and I still got them both. Yeah, and those markings you see on the black one is actually from an old, I think it's from a plastic model kit of a hot rod or something like that. I just put them on. Never mind. And it's all varnished and all that. Oh, and then way before everyone else has started to paint, I thought that I should do some acrylic painting because it was fun. So I got myself an what is it called again? Easel, and put it up, and I still got all the paints left and all that. And this should become a portrait of Felonius the Wizard in his tower. I also made sort of Spitfire painting. It was fun, but I'm no painter, as you probably can see. But it was fun. That is one of the priorities with these projects. If you just stand there for, let's say, 15 minutes of stuff and you do the blue stuff, then you just leave it. And then you go back next day and do perhaps something else. It's fun. And then I do paper models now and again. This is actually my guy. This is actually my avatar from Minecraft that I got hold. I have no idea how I got hold of this one, but this was cool. So I got myself a paper Felonius. This is so cool. And he is actually nowadays, from last week, included in my wizard collection. I've started a new collection and it should be wizards. So he's in one of those. I got my hope. I got a friend of mine brought me a wizard in, what is it called again? Oh, never mind. I should paint it later on anyway. It's fun. Otherwise, I'm doing mostly plastic models. And again, I'm not the greatest modeler in the world. They look good from a distance, as you can see. And if they are on top of a pool table, then it's even better. But this is actually one of the few things in life that I can do and just sit and relax. Usually I get some stings in my shoulders and stuff, but overall I like to do these, and I have been doing it since I was 13 or 14 years old. More or less every day, now and again. This time the photo I show you is just Japanese aircrafts. Been upgrading those. Looks pretty good from this distance. Otherwise, I paint model figures, and this is for the game Blood Bowl. I have a lot of teams. This is the Brave Tree Brights team, I think I call these. I have 25 teams, so I have a lot of them, and there is up to a 16-man troop. In this case, also have a couple of ladies. And this is also something that I suddenly just sit and do. Also relaxing, and you just paint 1 or 2 colors and then you just leave it. It can go till the morning, and you can go back and paint 1 or 2 more and so on. This is perfect for a project away from the computer, and it's probably something that many people are doing already. Painting stuff, painting pots and jars and all that stuff. That's also cool. And then I can suddenly realized that I could do with the blue things, that's called blue stuff, I can use the green stuff, that's the green thingies. I can make my own models. They are not perfect, as you probably can see, but they have helped me a lot. And it's fun, just making the molds and then doing the models. As you can see, there's a lot of work to be doing afterwards, but it's just a project. Really doesn't matter the result. It's all about having the time to do it. Jigsaws, or puzzles as we call them over here in Sweden. Jigsaws is something else. I have a bridge table actually on this occasion, but usually I put it on the kitchen table because that's not used for anything important anyway, not for dinners and stuff. So except when Ron was here. So I usually do one or two of these, and it's mostly Vazgi. Very fun thing, because what you see on the table is not what you see on the box. The box has one thing, and then you should have eyes in your back to see what's going on behind the picture taker. In this case you see the picture taker as well in yellow, so you should see what it is going on behind there. And when you realize what it is that is going on, it's so fun. Just, oh, I need to do this. There will be more than 1 hour every day suddenly. You just can't leave it. But it's fun, it's relaxing, and often just prior to going to bed, this one is one of the greatest things to do. Then I have something called Map Tools. It's a game. I even have a series about that. I started to make stuff, see if I could take normal board games and make them into electronic games. You probably have heard about Tabletop Simulator. This is some sort of a version. I've done that a couple of times, and doing stuff, scanning stuff, it's rather fun just sitting there making the rolls, and you have to have your dice for working as well because it's electronic, and you can connect with others who have map tools, and you have a server together and you can play games all over the world. It's rather neat, but you can do the same with Tabletop Simulator, but there are games that I can't find on TTS that I use the map tool for. And then we are going rather forward. Me and CPM and a new guy called RTR739, we were debating railroading and model railroad, and I started to put together everything that I owned on model railroading. It seems like it took me forever to do it, and there was another project going on at the same time. I will probably get to that later on. But I have a lot of stuff. I didn't know that I have this much, but they are not in the same scale and they are not working together. There are Fleischmann and there's Marklin and there's some plastic Chinese stuff and Thomas the Tank and yeah, everything. Cool. And then I had an idea about going on checking my genealogy, checking my relatives and all that. That has not been started yet, but it's somewhere around here. I have boxes, books, stuff, and I have actually been able to pinpoint my direct ancestry back to 1690 approximately. There was some census made back in that days, and my ancestor Anders had a farm actually, so I, from a farmer's perspective, that's rather great because I feel like a farmer most of the time, not a city boy, no Stockholmian at all. And this was the other project that was going on. I started to pack and repack and do the inventory, checking what I should keep, what I should throw away. And I had all this stuff in my cellar archives. So I started with very bad body, started to put up what I called 1 box a day. Because if I could watch a movie a day, then I can also put 1 box a day. Now every box is up. I have gone through them, but I have still to sort things out. I still have 1 or 2 boxes that are totally messed up. And what books should I keep? My son doesn't want to have my books. But on the other hand, they are collections. I don't want to just throw them away. And I never throw books away. I just give them to someone else who can read it. If, of course, they are good enough for it. Never mind. So this is still ongoing, actually. But at the moment, it's paused because I have nowhere to go. I am going to move later on, and that's why I started this project way earlier than I needed. But who knows, I might actually be moving later this year even, and it's good to have started it at least. And now we are back in the last year, and we were doing Rule the Rail, and now RTR Fan and 739 and the rest of us, we were doing a lot of Rule the Rail, and that was also in by my project. I was doing the across the USA, the northern route, as we probably would call it, because RTR Fan made the southern route. I haven't seen it in a while, but I know it's there somewhere. Perhaps I should download it. I haven't. Have I? Never mind. This is what I did also, and sometimes I did more than 1 hour. It's what you do. So now most of you has been coming up to. And then sometimes, not always, I do a board game. I make my own board game. This is called Thunder Road. Now, because I can do my, what should we call it? I could do those figurines in blue stuff. I can also make cars and stuff. These ones, I can mold them and make them in green stuff and make my own ones. By the way, those dice is changed. Now there should be some crashed cars, and these are the ones. Made that too. So I got myself a totally functional Thunder Road, because I cannot buy that over here. And if you find one in the United States, I beg of you, do not give it away or sell it. It is going to be worth so much more money in just a 10-year period, because I mean, you can probably get it for $200-300. It's not worth it, but that's not the point, because you cannot get it anymore. There are several thrown away. So I make my own because I want to play the game. But again, Tabletop Simulator has this game totally working with dice and all that. So if you want to do a run up with TTS and me, just holler. We are going to play Thunder Road and some other stuff. And then I had another project running now. This one was ended in January, February somewhere. I took very old, very badly beaten, small toy cars. And you probably can see there are two of them that are Ford GT40 Matchbox, and then there are two Husky Batmobiles, and they are missing all types of stuff. Now these has been played with, of course, but since I was looking at YouTube and found several guys who could actually do a very, very good renovation of these, I was thinking, why not? Why can't I? I can just as well try at least. So I did, and it looked a bit like this, as you probably can't see, but the one in the middle is actually a newly bought one. So this one is totally fine. It has never been used. But the lower one and the top corner up there, these are the ones that I've made. And they look a lot better. They're still missing a lot of yellow in the lights and stuff, and some red lines, but I'll get back to that later on whenever I feel like it. I'm totally pleased with this. On a scale from 1 to 10, they were beaten up bad, so they were at level 1. Now they're at least 4 or 5, even 6 I would say. That's good enough for me, because I'm not a handy guy, but it was totally fun doing these. And again, you do one thing and then you don't do anything. I even made Batman and Robin. You can't see them, but I even made those 2 figurines with blue stuff and green stuff. So yeah, that was really cool. Okay, suddenly it was ended. Lately this year I so far done my own personal board games. I have like 23 board games, of which I would probably say 10 is useful enough to just watch, and of those 10 I would say 4 or 5 is actually worth looking at. This is let's say the 5th one of these. It's called Centauri Truckers or something like that. They still need some development, but it was fun just doing it. I had a very bad version handwritten, so I was just sitting there doing some other stuff just to make it look a little bit better. But that is put on hold actually, because I'm doing something called Escape, and in order to get the things I need figurines, robots, bouncers, a lot of stuff, and I need to do that in green stuff. I have already done the molds, so all I have to do is wait for the green stuff to come. But thanks to the pandemic, that is not coming. And then I am doing Japanese. I am actually having this one on my today I have it on my list. So I am practicing Japanese. Konnichiwa. Felonious this. I'm doing trying to learn hiragana and stuff. I'll get back to that later on, because it has actually my target is to do something on YouTube in Japanese. Whenever that is. That might be 2, 3, 4 years from now. So, but this is one of those things that I can upgrade you on. And then you know we have my advent calendar in Minecraft. So I'm back in Minecraft again. I am doing this. The videos is in Swedish, of course, but the advent calendar will be in English. And I'm going to do a stream next Sunday and talk about it, both in English and in Swedish, of course. So you can be upgraded. And this one might actually be very good to upgrade once a month, because that's what I think. And now and again I'm doing more map tools. This time I'm actually playing a Blood Bowl game. Just checking the rules, seeing if everything is fine, if I can still do what I want to do, and stuff. And I'm actually good at the rules now again, thankfully. And what happens then? Well, of course, they change the rules. Yeah, that's how they do it. Good. Now, what I was thinking is that, okay, this is not May update. It becomes June, 1st of June. But I think that I should do like, I don't know, once a month. Let's say that I do it last in every month or somewhere around that. And I do a thing of whatever I've been doing that month. At the moment I have walking, because I need to get my weight down. I have, well, the Blood Bowl, but that will probably not be more than 1 or 2 weeks at the most. Then I have Japanese, and that will take forever. And then I have Minecraft, and that will take till December. And laying in the background there is a couple of other stuff actually. Perhaps I should show you some of that as well. I have bow ties. I want to fix that old bow tie in the middle, and I probably want to fix the little one too. They are since the 50s. My brothers actually have worn those, and I was thinking about changing the rubber band and all that, trying to see if I can just brush them up a bit, and yeah, having a bow tie. And then I have actually bought one, and I'm thinking actually putting a rubber band of that too, but that might be during the fall because I don't have any sewing machine and stuff. Again, you have to have the things, the tools, in order to do stuff. That is also part of the fun. And then I have a very big project, and this I really want to do before I die. I want to do, I don't know how, a movie or some sort of, I don't know, about my youth, my life, my memories. Perhaps I do a talking book, or I don't know, some sort of memoirs. This is actually where I grew up. This is the street where I played when I was very, very little. I can't even remember that it looked like this, so it must have been really been repainted and stuff. But I know for a fact that the brick wall down there is where we put our footballs against, soccer balls against, and yeah. So yeah, this is something that I also want to do. Some sort of, I don't know, accountant for my life. It's that no one is asking for it, but I don't give a hoot because I do it because I want to, because it's fun. So this is a project that will probably take forever, but will be the most important one yet. It won't be this year anyway, because it's not going to happen before I go in retirement. That's one thing for sure. And then I have gliders. I'm thinking about gliders. I want to pat a camel. That would be nice. But at the moment, pandemic stops us from everything fun. So nothing like that. Yeah. Oh dear, this is almost 40 minutes long. I'm sorry for that. Sorry. Sumimasen. It was not intended to be, but this is how it is. So if there is any comments or anything, please make sure that you are kind. It is what it is. And if you get any ideas or give me some ideas, just make them. I mean, I can probably do some stuff somewhere. But no more rule the rail until I get a clean idea on what I want to do. I have one. I haven't done that little loop-de-loop with the Japanese layout yet. And then we have the small one and all that. I haven't really made that one finished, so it might actually turn up again. You never know. Thank you for watching. It will be no texts after or anything, because this is just a blog. That's what it is. But it will be called Creative 444, and you've got the picture. What am I doing? So take care. So long.